Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I promise you, you are in for a big, big treat today. It is my privilege, first of all, to welcome to FAO Mrs. Shovana Narayan, Your Excellency, Ambassador of India to Italy, Mr. Vadva, and all our distinguished friends and guests. Mrs. Narayan is here on the occasion of the Indian festival being organized by the Indian Embassy, and it was very gracious of her to accept this very last-minute request to come to FAO despite her very busy schedule. All the arrangements, the credits of this, of course, goes to our very talented and dynamic Indian cultural group of which you belong to. So yeah, that's a very good sign. And we hope to continue this cultural dialogue and expansion as we go along. Now, before I move to explain a little bit, most of us know Bollywood very well, right? We know the spectacular dances that are done. We know how beautiful and colorful the clothes are. But here is the thing. Most of those dances that you and I see has a root, and they come from the 6 typical classical dances of India. One of them is Kathak. And today there is no greater exponent of Kathak than Madam Narayan. Now, Kathak started long, long ago in the temples to tell a visual story, which is more direct, explaining the mythologies and the stories. But during the Middle Ages, Kathak became an established part of court culture of the kings and patrons, particularly during the Mughal ages in India and in the northern India. Thus, Kathak developed a strong dance tradition with elements, elegance, and grace of both Hindu and Muslim culture styles. And we really could not have a better exponent than Shobna to tell us and show us about it. Mrs. Narayan is one of the top Kathak dancers and a disciple of Maestro Birju Maharaj. She was initiated into Kathak as a child, and her style represents the combined techniques and elegance of both Lucknow Gharana and the rhythmic precision of Jaipur Gharana. She is very well known not only as a dancer, but as a choreographer, and her rendition has been performed in multiple languages, in multiple styles, in India and abroad. Naturally, she has won many, many prizes, and I do not dare to risk the list of the prizes she has received and is famous for. But because we are in FAO, you will be very pleased to know that she is also a civil servant, a career diplomat with the Indian Administrative and Audit Service, a successful author, a researcher, a mother, a wife, a guru, a dancer with a cause. Through her performances, she draws attention to the environmental issues and the social causes around her and blends the old with the new. She is really a role model for millions of young people around the world, particularly in India, and for the girls. As they say, if women want it, they can have it all. So welcome to FAO. Welcome to the troupe that is here with you. I think we are very pleased that you agreed to come and perform for us. We are looking forward to this. We thank you, Shobna, again for the inspiration that you are, and we are very aware that we need such role models and strong voices in every field to combat malnutrition, hunger, and food security that we fight here every day. Thank you for joining us. Please let us give her a big hand.
Namaskar. Bonjour. I think bonjour. And it's wonderful to be here. And thank you. Anilji, it's wonderful to be here, Honorable Ambassador, and meeting you again. Thank you, FAO, and the dynamic group that I've been meeting, group members I've been meeting from the FAO. All the dynamic group members, thank you so much for having us over here. We are delighted and honored. Thank you. Kathak, as has already been explained by Kakuli ji, yes. Sangeeta ji, thank you for having us and making all the arrangements. And Kakuli ji, as has already been explained, Kathak is actually a Sanskrit word, which nobody realizes. It's a Sanskrit word, and it has come from the two root words are katha, which means story, kathakar, storyteller. As Kakuli ji said, it was performed, it has a long history, more than 2,500 years old. And the earliest mention is, there's an inscription, incidentally, which perhaps is the only inscription that mentions a dance form by name, and that is Kathak. And that inscription is from the Maurya period, 4th century before Christ. And even though it'll go above your head, but I might as well say it out, it's in Prakrit, and it says, Gangaye Mahanadiye Tate Savo Kathaka Bengarnatenam Stuti Tisi Kayam Ehiraya Adinahu Bhavinam. So here you have, it describes the dance of the Kathaks on the banks of the Ganges at Varanasi, the area, doing a stuti and praise, a devotional dance in praise of the Almighty. And of course, if some of you may have heard of our epic called the Mahabharata, and you have the Kathaks mentioned in 3 of the sections in Mahabharata. So it is a long tradition of more than 2,500 years. And of course, during the medieval period, in the last few centuries, you know, all classical dance forms need patronage. And so today we are here because of your patronage. So in those patronage, we were very lucky that throughout, first the rulers and the temples and the common man gave us the patronage to Kathak. So that's why this tradition continued. And in the last few centuries, even rulers belonging to other faiths gave patronage. So it has this long tradition. In that tradition, we would like to present today few glimpses of different aspects. As in all classical dance forms, we start with a prayer to the Lord. And thereafter, the unfolding of the rhythmic patterns, which are very unique to Kathak, and I'll tell you why it's unique to Kathak. And then we go into the expressional part of it, because it's a story. All Indian classical dance forms are storytelling, and so are we. And so we tell a story through words, through actions. And since we are all soloists, we use a lot of expressions, hand gestures, facial expressions to tell the story. We go on to climax. I would like to mention a few salient features. We Kathak start from here. Now in yoga, this is the position for meditation, and this meditative position is the basic position for Kathak. Another very unique pose of Kathak is this, which is rather unique to Kathak. And this is because who were the Kathaks of the year of 2005? They were the Brahmin priests of the temples who to the gathered congregation gave the sermon through the medium of music and dance. So in that here they value the leelas of the Almighty. I am just the medium giving it to you. And from there, we get this position of Kathak, which is again very unique to Kathak. So after having said these few introductory words, I'd like to introduce my co-artists of this afternoon. On the tabla is Ustad Shakil Ahmed Khan. On the pakhavaj is Mahavir Gangani. music composer and vocalist Madhav Prasad. On the sitar, Pandit Vijay Sharma. And on the violin, Azhar Shakil. And my group members are Shivani Salhotra Verma, Sanchita Abrol, Mahesh Pawar, Anil Khinchi, Ajay Raman, and Bhavani Gangani. We begin, as I said, we begin with a devotional number, like in all our classical dance forms and in Kathak. We begin with this devotional number called Om, which is in praise of Lord Shiva, who is the cosmic dancer, and it is his cosmic dance of creation is extolled by one and all, and we pray to him, and we start this number with an obeisance to Lord Shiva. Om.
Check. Hello. Check. प्रवाह पावितस्थिरे गले विलंब लंब तांबुजंग तुंग मालिका डमड्डमड्डमड्डमड्डमड्डमर्वयं चकार चंड तांडवो तनोतो न शिवा शिवम् जटाकटाह सप्रभ प्रमन्य लिप निर्जले विलोर विच्चिवल्लरी विराजमान मूर्धनि धगत धगत ज्वला लिलाट पट्टे पाव के किशोर चंद्रशेखरे रति शति प्रथममा धराधरेन्द्र नंदनी विलास वंदु वंदुरु सपुर्ति गंध संतति प्रमोद माने मानसे कृपाकटाक्ष धोरणी निरुद्ध रुद्रापति कचित दिगंबरे मनो विनोद में तु वस्तुनि कदा निलिंपि निर्जरी निकुंज कोटरे वसन विमुक्त दुर्मस्ति सदा श्रस्तमंजलि वहन विलोल लोल लोचन लोलाल भाग नग्न के शिवेद्य मंत्र उच्चारण सदा सुखे भवम्यम शिवेद्य मंत्र उच्चारण सदा सुखे भवम्यम शिवेद्य मंत्र उच्चारण सदा सुखे भवम्यम ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय निनिसा 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 रे रे सा निनिसा 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 रे रे सा निनिसा 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 ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शिवाय
Kathaks, where we narrate and enact. It's best seen in our rhythmic portion. Then. As you saw, this yoga position, the movement of the neck, eyebrows, all unfolding itself. I would like to just jump a bit. Even the feet tells a story. I'll do something with the feet. I think you will know which animal's foot sound is it. That's the horse. And I'll do a piece, a rhythmic pattern based on this movement of the horse known as the Ashwaparan. It reminds you of Lord Krishna driving the chariot on the battlefields of Mahabharata. Another piece, the bow and the arrow. The last imagery that I'd like to do in the rhythmic pattern is that of the gathering clouds, thunder, lightning, the rains, Radha and Krishna swinging on the swing, dancing in ecstasy in the rain. I'd like to just mention in Kathak, the rhythmic part, we dance the rhythmic cycle out. It's not only set to it, but we dance the cycle out.
tete dada tete dada tete gerda tete ditta kada dekete da dinta gerda dinta takada takete dekete daga naga daga tete kada takete dekete daga naga daga tete kada takete dekete daga daga dan dan takete dekete daga 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 takete dekete daga daga dan dan takete dekete daga naga daga dekete daga dekete daga daga dan dan da 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 da.
In this philosophical journey of the cycle of life and death, the whole cycle of life, which is exemplified in the periods that we do, I would like to go to the next part. I see a lot of lovely to see so many women here. Cheers. Sorry, Ambassador Saab, nothing to against the men. Love the men, but we are women. And we all have heard of Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha, we know his story. But let me see his story through the eyes of a woman. And that to his wife, Yashodhara. This story goes as such. Prince Siddhartha, the young Buddha, Prince Siddhartha, goes out into the kingdom where he sees the old man, the leper, and the corpse. And he's filled with dismay as to why is there so much of pain and agony in life. He's got a turbulence within him. And suddenly he sees the Swami with a peaceful countenance. And he can't reconcile the two. He decides to seek enlightenment by renouncing his home. And he does that. In the middle of the night, he leaves his family, goes out into the forest in order to meditate. When Yashodhara, his wife, gets up in the morning and sees that Siddhartha is not there, she looks for him in vain, and finally she tells her friend, "My friend, why didn't he confide in me before going? After all, I'm the wife of a warrior clan, and it is my duty to adorn him, give him the sword, and send him to the battlefield from where no one knows whether he'll return. My friend, if I can do that as my duty, don't you think I would have allowed him to go for meditation? So why didn't he confide in me?" Years pass, and one day she hears that Buddha is returning to town. When she sees him at her doorstep, she's elated. She greets him with open arms. But Buddha stands before her, not as her husband, but he stands before her as the holy man seeking alms. When Yashodhara hears that, she's pained. And she says, "When you left home, I lost everything. What do I have that I can give you as alms? These worldly pleasures, they don't mean a thing to me. What can I give you as alms? Wait. I have someone who's dearer to me than my life, and that is our little son, Rahul." She calls Rahul and donates him to his father as alms. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Yashodhara is left all alone after this sacrifice. Yashodhara. Set to music by Pandit Jwala Prasad, and it has been taken from the epic of the same name by Maithili Sharan Gupta. Yashodhara.
Sharanam gacchami, Dhammam sharanam gacchami, Sangam शरणं गच्छामि 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 मुझसे कह कर जाते सके वे मुझसे कह कर जाते जिद है तो सौ में गए ये गौरव के बाद पर चोरी चोरी यही बड़ा व्यागा सके वे मुझसे कह कर जाते वे मुझसे कह कर जाते स्वयं सुसज्जित करके क्षण में प्रियतम को प्राणों के प्रण में हम ही भेज दे है रण में छात्र धर्म के नाते सके वे मुझसे कह कर जाते वे मुझसे कह कर जाते वे मुझसे कह कर जाते शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि 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 पधारो भव भव के भगवान पधारो भव भव के भगवान रख ली मेरी लज्जा तुमने रख ली मेरी लज्जा तुमने आओ हर भगवान पधारो भव भव के भगवान पधारो भव भव के भगवान नाथ विजय है यही तुम्हारी दिया तुझको गौरव भारी दिया तुझको गौरव भारी अपनाए मुझसे लघु नारे होकर महान पधारो भव भव के भगवान पधारो भव भव के भगवान 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 तीन न हो गोपे तीन नहीं नारी कभी बतलाऊं मैं क्या दिख तुम्हें तुम्हारा कर्म पाला है तुम्हें जिसे वही वधू का धर्म पाला है तुमने जिसे वही वधू का धर्म कृत कृत हुई गोपा पाए है योग भोग अब जा तू आ राहुल बड़ बेटा पूज्य पिता से परंपरा पातु पूज्य पिता से परंपरा पातु बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि गच्छामि गच्छामि
After this very emotional piece, y'all are in the FAO. Y'all are talking about no droughts. Y'all are saying, please plant trees. Let's have the environmental balance. Let there not be hunger. Let there be no misery due to lack of food. So here is a small piece, a small verse, an Urdu verse. Sukhe ped. The dry branches of the trees, सूखे पेड़ पसारे हाथ. It's spreading its arms, the dry branches, and says, when will the rains come? And says, our eyes are thirsting for the rain. So we'll just start with this, and then the rains come. And then there is happiness and joy, and the young girls are dancing with joy. The peacocks dance with joy, and the earth is laden with the green cover. It's a very short piece.
पसारे हाथ, सूखे पेड़ पसारे हाथ, जाने कब हो ये बरसात, जाने कब हो ये बरसात, जाने कब बरसेंगे बादल, धरती का फैलेगा काजल, जाने कब बरसेंगे बादल, धरती का फैलेगा काजल, प्रीत की लेकर के सौगात, प्रीत की लेकर के सौगात, जाने कब होगी बरसात, जाने कब होगी बरसात, सूखे पेड़ पसारे हाथ, जाने कब होगी बरसात, जाने कब होगी बरसात, जाने कब होगी बरसात, होगी बरसात, होगी बरसात। गगन भर से देखो मेघा, 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 गगन गगन भर से देखो मेघा, 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 झूम चली पवन पगन, पपिहा बोले पीहू 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 पीहू, मोरबा नाचे जन जनन जन जनन जन जन, गगन गगन भर से देखो मेघा, 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 गगन गगन भर से देखो मेघा, मेघा, मेघा। Ni papa ni papa, gama pasani, gama pasani ni sa. Ni papa ni papa ni papa, gama pasani ni. बरस पपीहा बदरा निहारे गोरिया सब करे खिलोरे चंदन वन में हिरनी नहाए चंदन वन में हिरनी नहाए यौवन पे वो बड़ा इतरा यौवन पे वो बड़ा इतरा गनन गनन बरस देखो मेघा 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 गनन गनन बरस देखो मेघा 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 झूम चली पवन कटा भरा गगन पपीहा बोले पीहू 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 मोरवा नाचे जन जनन जन जनन जन मोर गनन बरस देखो मेघा 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 गनन गनन बरस देखो मेघा मेघा मेघा
After that piece, we come to the final piece, which is really vigorous, strong, and with 4 dancers, male energy, and then we all come together to end it off in the mooch. So here it is, the masculine sounds of vigor.
Niniza, sanida magaga, mama matada da niniza, sanida magaga, mama matada da niniza, sanida magaga, mama matada da niniza. దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదెంత దాదెంత దాదెన్ దగ తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదెంత 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 తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదె దాదా తిరిగి తిరిగి దాదా దా దా
da da taka dunga takden da da den da den taka dunga te ta ga ta ga te ge ne da tere ge ge da 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 tere ge ge da 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 tere ge ge da 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 te ta ga
te ge ne da tere ge ge da 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 tere ge ge da te da tere ge ge da te da te te ka ta ga te ge ne da tere ge ge da
tere ge da 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 tere ge da 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 ne da da ne da da ne da da ne da ding 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 da da Sada! Sada!
Sada, sada, sada. Pani sani sa sa ga pani sani sa sa ga pani sani sa pa sa pa sa pa sa 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 ni ni da da pa pa sa ga pani sani sa sa ga pani sani sa sa ga pani sani sa pa sa pa sa pa sa 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 ni ni da da pa pa sa ga pani sani sa sa ga pani sani sa sa ga pani sani sa pa sa pa sa 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 sa. Ga pa pa. Sa 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 sa. Ni 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 ni. Pa 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 pa. Ga ga ga. Sa 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 sa. Pa ni 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 ni. Ga pa 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 pa. Sa ga ga ga. Sa sa ni ni pa pa mama ga ga sa pa 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 ni ni. Sa sa sa. Ga 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 mama pa 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 ni 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 sa sa ni ni pa pa mama ga ga sa sa pa 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 ni ni sa sa ga ni ni sa sa ga 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 mama pa 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 ni ni pa pa mama ga sa ni ni sa sa ga ga ni ni sa sa ga ga mama pa 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 ni sa sa ga sa.
Shivani Verma, Sanchita Brol, Mahesh Pawar, Anil Khinchi, Ajay Raman, Bhavani Gangani, Ustad Shakil Ahmed Khan, Madhav Prasad, Pandit Vijay Sharma, Mahavir Gangani, Azhar Shakil, and our technical director Nitin Jain. And I'm Shovana Narayan. That was a small demonstration, and I would like to thank our Ambassador Vadva, and his entire embassy, Government of India, and here, the authorities over here in Italy for giving us this opportunity of being part of Festival of India and for being part of FAO this afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank you. We enjoyed this afternoon. Thank you. And it was a small lecture demonstration, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Now, this has been such an incredible treat. I told several people about this event and said, please come. And I was thinking in the back of my mind, I'm thanking them right now. They're going to be thanking me afterwards. To have an opportunity to see this caliber of performance in our workplace in Rome is such an extraordinary privilege. Thank you so much to the Embassy of India in Rome. And I can't even begin to say my thanks and my appreciation to Shovana Narayan and her incredible musicians, her incredible dance troupe. All these images were coming to my mind of, what a feast for the eyes, what a feast for the ears, what nourishment for our souls. We have this agenda in front of us and this vision of feeding the world. Imagine when we get to that point, after we feed our stomachs and we have sufficient food, our next aim should be to have events like this that nourish our souls. A very, very small thank you on the part of the Indian Cultural Group, and I wouldn't mind if some of my colleagues who've helped me would just stand up. Sonnet. I'm not going to remember everybody's name. Radha. Supratik. Kakoli. Sonnet. Where is Sonnet? In the back. All of you make events like this happen. Your demand for something like this makes it possible for us to invite people over. We're inaugurating the Iraq Room with the first performance of this kind here. A very, very, very small token of our appreciation, Shovana ji, and if you could invite your troops as well. They're here for the Festival of India. There'll be a number of performances throughout Italy, including, I believe, a performance this coming Saturday night. We have some flyers. If you're interested, contact me if you need more details. You'll get a whole performance, maybe not as much of this beautiful demonstration and explanation. These are two small tokens. A little token about FAO. Because we know that all of you are going to be also traveling throughout, and of course we're not only the Food and Agriculture Organization of the UN, but the heart of one of the other food centers of the world, being in Italy. So something small for you to appreciate of Italian snacks while you're traveling. And thank you all very much again for coming.